So that kind of, like, set me off of, like, wow, he really fucking hates me. But anyways, right, so this weekend, this actually happened, like, yesterday and the day before, or whatever, where I was panicking the fuck out. So I tried really, really fucking hard. Like, okay, so I literally did this, 2 days ago, where, wow, I can't feel my arm. So I did this 2 days ago or whatever, is I basically just, like, told myself to stop feeling, and I fucking just took whatever handful of whatever I could to just get myself to fucking stop. Because I get really bad. I vent to my Snapchat, which I've said multiple times. And I do. Like, I'm straight up like, wow, just fucking kill me. Just shoot me in the fucking head because I'm just a fucking train wreck. Like, I'm so bad at fixing things, and I can't because I panic and I overthink, and I feel like my issues I need to keep to myself, and I feel like my issues are just too fucking insane for anyone else to deal with, so I make them worse because I do that, right? And I panic and whatever, and, so basically, fuck. So basically, after all of that just wreck, he never texts me much anymore, right? And when he does, it's like really distant, like maybe not even like a sentence reply, right? So yeah, so after all of that, I was like, haha, so I seen the guy with majestic hair, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't even text me at all after the fact. Like, he wasn't like, oh, hey, by the way, I seen you at the thing, or, you know what I mean? Like, he just seems really distant. Because if he actually fucking cared, or if he actually, like, wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, if he was still enthusiastic about being my friend, even if we're in kind of, like, a bit of a fight, you'd think he would be something, like, you'd think that he would talk to me for anything, right? Like, even if he was just like, wow, that was weird, like, I seen you at the thing, or something, like, even if he was mad at me, you'd think that, so basically, it feels like he's literally just fucking absolutely done with me, and I don't even know if he's lying to himself or lying to me, that he's like, oh no, we're fine, and I'm like, no, we are definitely not fine, like, fuck, okay, so anyways, so, yeah, basically, yeah, so then, like, Thursday, so, like, the day after, I just fucking wrecked, right? And I'm stopping overthinking, stopping whatever, like, just fucking, like, out of it, right? And I'm just like, what you doing? Because I was, like, about to have a shower or some crap. And he's like, oh, chilling with, his friends. And I was kind of like, boo, okay, do that. And then I was like, tell him I said hi. And he's like, well, I left. And I was like, god damn it, boo, no fun at all, would you leave? Or why'd you leave? And he's like, because I'm going home. I was like, that makes sense, haha. And I was like, I was going to ask if you wanted to hang out at some point when you aren't busy. And because of the day that I texted him, like, hey, I'll tell you the thing the next time we hang out if you still want to know, right? That was like that would have been like Tuesday. So this is Thursday. And then he's like, so he was like, oh, well, I believe you have. And then I was kind of like, what you mean? That clued in that I have already asked him to hang out, right? So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just wait. And he's like, we can probably chill this week, not working. And I was like, okay, well, you know, tell me when you can. He's like, obviously I will. And I was like, yeah, yes, sorry, my brain's, like, really out to lunch right now. And he's like, no worries. And then I was kind of like, oh, I have to make sure I tell you about the thing with Mr. Majestic Hair and my friend Jay, because it was really funny, and it, yeah. And then, so I was like, but you have to remind me, because, you know. And then he's like, what? And I was like, it's about yesterday, and I have to tell you things, and I was like, so you have to remind me, and he's like, question mark, and I was like, what? And he's like, what happened yesterday? And I was like, well, it's just that I don't want to text you right now because my brain fingers are not connecting. Wow, my writing's really fucked up, like, texting him was, like, real hard, and he's like, but I want to know, and I was like, I really want to apologize, and I really want to apologize, like, in person, right? And he's kind of like, ... and I was like, you know, it's important to me, or I was like, it's really important to me, and I know it's childish. And he's like, I'm so confused. But I was like, hey, but the part about Mr. Majestic Hair is really funny. Why are you confused? And he's like, because I am. And I was like, oh, is it my fault? And he's like, yes. And I was like, then ask what you're confused about, and I'll try my very best. And he's like, what about the Caden thing? And I was like, the Caden thing? Who dat? And I was like, whoa, is that Mr. Majestic Hair? And he's just like, yeah. And then I was like, well, I want to tell you the story in person because it's funnier. And I was like, even though I'm kind of mad about it. And then he's like, ugh. And I was like, haha, sorry, I love you and all, but, like, I really want to tell you in person because it's so funny. And I was like, wait, how did the thing go? Because I was like, I can't leave it like this. Like, I was like, I hate it. It's just, he's not even really talking to me. He feels so distant. And, like, I was like, wow, you're not even gonna, like, talk to me, right? And I was just like, oh, hey, how did the thing go? Like, did you guys actually compete? Like, what was that about? And I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to ask you, or talk to you so badly, you know, but I was just, or whatever. And he was like, oh, no, it was cool. No, I decided not to, like, compete or whatever, but they helped. And I was like, boo, no fun. I was like, who types cool? Like, K-O-O-L, by the way. And then I was like, I feel like you're not amused when you type it like that. And he's like, I do it all the time. And I was like, I've noticed, but I've always get this really sarcastic vibe from it. I don't know why. It's kind of like when people type, like, K-E-W-L. I don't know why, but then I'm like, okay, I'll stop talking about the thing. And he's like, haha, no. And I was like, okay, I'll remember that next time so my brain won't make me sad. And I was like, oh, if I would have known you guys were just helping, I wouldn't have been so nervous. I don't know, or I didn't want to interrupt you guys. And he's just like, no worries, or LOL, no worries. And I was like, okay, you can say no worries because you don't care and all, but I was really actually upset. Like, I wanted to go and say hello, but then I got all nervous, and when I seen you, like, I don't know why, and then I got all claustrophobic because there was, like, tons of people, and, right, and it was just really bad, and then I kept running away when I seen you, right, and Jay had to hold my hand and make me feel all better, but I wanted to say hello, right, but I didn't want to get in the way, and I was like, you're my friend, and that was literally it. Didn't text me back, so it was like, I tried my hardest. Well, by the way, intoxicated and really fucking fucked up. It's a wreck, right? I tried my hardest, my absolute hardest to explain how shitty of a person I am and how bad I felt and, like, literally what was going through my brain. Nothing. Didn't even fucking, like, oh, well, I'll talk to you more, like, or something, or shit, that's really nothing! Literally nothing! And I was like, wow, okay, like, obviously, you're just done with me. You absolutely don't want to be my friend anymore. Like, this is the feeling that I'm getting, and I hate it, because I just would really appreciate if you just straight up said that you don't want to be friends with me anymore. Like, trust me, like, I'm crazy, but I'm fucking crazy when I don't understand, and I get crazy when I don't know, and I don't know what you're thinking, and I get weird, and I hate it because I panic, and I overthink things, and it's the unknown is what scares me. You know, if you straight up just are like, hey, by the way, I don't want to be friends with you, I respect that, and I'm like, fuck, I'm really glad you brought this to my attention. I'm really glad that you could fucking tell me, and I'm really glad that you're not being a little bitch, and you fucking respect my feelings, you know, like, I'm like, I'm like, okay, and it doesn't hurt, and I can deal with it, and I can get over it, you know, it's this panicking about the unknown that I can't do it, you know, and, so it's like, it's really shitty because it's like, he's just not. And I can tell that he literally doesn't want anything to do with me anymore because, okay, so my friend was talking to me earlier and was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, hey, I think I'm actually, like, you know, kind of, like, low-key, high-key in love with my friend, and I'm freaking out because I don't know what to do with this information. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he literally, like, turns me on, and it's weird, and it's bad, and I know it's wrong, and all this crap, and I was, like, talking to my friend, and then my friend, like, Lee was like, shit, bro, like, and have you talked to him? And I'm like, no, I can't because he's ignoring me and he won't talk to me, and every time I try and explain it to him, it's just, it comes out wrong, and my friend Lee was like, okay, dude, like, do you want me to talk to them? And I was like, maybe, but I don't think it's gonna help, right? So my friend, Lee actually did message him and was basically like, oops, shit, wrong fucking person, because how am I, okay, Lee. So my friend Lee was literally, they sent me screenshots of it, and I literally started crying because I was like, wow, you're such a fucking great friend. Like, you're so nice to me, and you're just, like, I was like, this is what friendship is. Like, they're talking to the person that you can't talk to for you, but, like, they're trying so hard. But anyway, so, they're like, oh, like, have you talked to... Oh, I hate when people use my first name still because it makes me literally feel like I'm disappearing, but whatever. Anyways, so, my friend Lee was like, hello, and then they were like, yo, Kay was like, yo, and then, Lee was like, has Felicia been okay? She has been posting a lot, haven't really been texting her much, you know anything? And then Kay was like, yeah, she was being a butt, and supposedly blocked everyone's number from her phone, so I Snapchatted her and was like, what the fuck? Which, yeah. And then, so my friend was like, I don't think he hates you, or doesn't like you. I think he's confused. And I was literally like, yeah, but every time I try and talk to him, he's not really there. It's hard to explain something when they won't give you the time of day. And then they were like, you should send him exactly what you just sent me. And I was like, though, honestly, it's probably better he's ignoring me. I'm really toxic to have in people's lives, which is, that's me being a fucking panicky shit, by the way. That's me just doubting myself and just being a shit. Like, I know I'm probably worth a lot more. And I mean, I get that. See, that's the thing I hate, is I do this really like, it's hard, even though I know, and I know what's wrong, it's hard to contradict myself. I'm still a really depressing person, and I'm still a really, like, fucking, like, you know? So, I know that I'm just being a butt face when I do that, but I can't stop myself from doing it because that's legitimately how I feel. That's legitimately how I feel, is I think, hey, you should just fucking stop being my friend because it's better for you, even though I'll be sad. But anyways, right, so I was like, and I don't know how to explain it. Every time I try and talk to him, I just get sad and think that it's better if I don't. And then, so there's another picture, that they sent me, and it's, Lee was like, yeah, she has some problems. I think she just has issues expressing her feelings because of her issues and mental health. Are you unable to contact her now? Is she still blocking you? And he was literally like, no, her and I are fine. And I was kind of just like, okay, but we're not really fine, because, like, that was the end of their conversation. He had no concern, no nothing. He didn't give a fuck. And again, maybe that is just me overthinking, but this is literally, like, the feelings I'm getting here are just like, why can't you just tell me to fuck off? Why can't you just tell me you don't want me in your life? Because, trust me, I can handle it. You'd think I couldn't, but I can. If someone was just like, you're a toxic person, and I don't think we should be friends, I can handle it. Trust me, because, again, literally, like, earlier, the other day, because I post so much shit to my Snapchat story, D actually messaged me and was like, hey, like, I like you and all, but your Snap stories super triggering, it's bad, so I don't think I can have you on my Snapchat anymore. You're usually not this bad, but, like, he didn't really care about my well-being, which was kind of funny, because, I mean, that's just the type of person D is, but I'm actually really glad he brought it to my attention, and I was like, shit, I'm really sorry, I appreciate you talking to me, I was like, I appreciate you telling me, and I was like, I kind of like having you on my Snap story, because I love watching my friends' lives, you know, like, even though I'm not in it, I'm just like, wow, you seem really happy, like, it's great. So I was just like, what I'll do is I'll take you off, like, so you won't be able to view my story or whatever. And he was just like, yeah, you know what, I would appreciate that, that's really great. So I can handle it, trust me, just be straight fucking up with me, and I can handle it, it's good, right? But anyways, so yeah, that was shitty. And then, okay, so to top that off, basically, after just having a mental fucking, just a breakdown, like, I'm doing pretty good now, because, I've shut it mainly all off, but again, once it wears down, I'll get, like, this nasty night terror, and I'll have nightmares for the rest of the night. I already know that's gonna happen, because that's what happened literally yesterday. Like, you don't even know how hard it was to be asleep, because every single thing that happened in my room at night made me fucking jump off my damn bed. Like, it was like little tings or things crawling, it was just this huge fuck. It was literally like I was living in my own nightmare last night. It was fucked up. I even gave my cat nightmares, because she was sleeping with me and she picked up on my panicking, so she would jump out of bed with nightmares. Like, me and my cat are pretty much like this, like, we both fucking were fucked. It's bad. Anyways, so basically, after getting completely wrecked, and having a shower or whatever, I, like, was literally just like, haha, done, I'm done thinking, I'm done, whatever, and I literally just sent my friend Kay, like, boop, and to fucking, he wasn't gonna text me, basically, unless I, you know, but he's just like, Lee is worried about you, and I was like, oh, okay, like, okay, hold on, I need to do another video, whatever,